Hello there. We just had the latest Bad Batch episode, and it was amazing, and it was absolutely major for world building. The majority of the episode takes place on Ryloth, which in the Clone Wars, and if you haven't seen the Clone Wars yet, get to it because it's amazing. In the Clone Wars, I believe there's at least 4 episodes that cover Ryloth. 3 of them are in an episode arc that take place in space, and then 2 on the ground, and all 3 of which are very important for many characters in the Clone Wars. And then the fourth episode that I'm thinking of that I can remember off the top of my head is with Captain Keeley and Master Dai, which is one of my favorite episodes, and 2 great characters that I will be doing designs later on this year. Back to the Bad Batch episode. It begins right on Ryloth with the Empire, with Senator on Freetar and Cham Syndulla addressing the Twi'leks, and they're all trying to convince their brothers and sisters that the Empire is bringing peace. Uh, Cham knows that this cannot be true, but he's trying to keep the peace because that's everything he's fought for. And then on Freetar is just blasting Imperial propaganda. This is very important because it's not much. There's not much of it in the Clone Wars, but Senator on Freetar was an overwhelming supporter of Emperor Palpatine, or well then Chancellor Palpatine, who's now Emperor Palpatine. I can make a modern day political example, but I'm not going to because I don't want to get into that. But Senator Freetar would go to great lengths to silence opponents of Palpatine, and it's one of the reasons Emperor Palpatine was able to rise to power so easily, and among so many other things that Emperor Palpatine planned brilliantly, I might add. But Senator Freetar is at fault for basically enslaving his own people, because the after the Empire comes in, this none of this is spoilers because it happens in Rebels. It happens in well, not so much in the movies, but it's very well known, and many comics cover it. But he is very, very responsible for enslaving his people, because he was such a major supporter of Emperor Palpatine and would not hesitate to silence, like blackmail, imprison, get rid of, kill his opponents of Palpatine. Uh, so yeah. By the way, Senator Unfreetar is that guy. Let's talk about Cham Syndulla. This guy. He was the general of the Twi'leks during the Clone Wars and led they were called insurgents, led the insurgents against the Separatists. He and Senator Freetar were obviously major political opponents, but all Cham wanted was peace for his people. He didn't necessarily seek political power, but because of the massive influence that he had on the other Twi'leks, they saw him as a leader. Cham was kind of hesitant to do this, but he nonetheless took up the role of, I guess, being the voice of the Twi'lek people, whereas Senator on Freetar was rarely on Ryloth at all. He was always on Coruscant, so many of the Twi'leks didn't really see him as a leader. They saw Cham. And this sets up much of the episode's main story, that Senator on Freetar thinks Cham Syndulla is trying to overthrow him. We see Hera and Chopper, 2 big characters from the Ghost crew in Rebels. I was very happy to see him. Here's my reaction. Is that Chopper? Yes! Oh, Chopper and Hera! No way! Oh, this is amazing. And then we see the Bad Batch a little bit. We see Omega walk Hera through the Bad Batch shuttle, and we kind of see Hera's spark for her love of flying. And what's really important about that is that I think we'll see in the next episode her escaping. Because that's sort of mentioned in Rebels, but it's kind of more of a side story than it is an actual arc, and I think that's what we're going to see in the next episode. I thought we were going to see it on this episode, but once again, Dave Filoni leaves us on a cliffhanger. Here's how I reacted to that. No! Don't end it there! What are you doing, Dave Filoni? Damn it. Ugh. I don't want to wait a week for this next episode. That was good. Damn it. Yeah. Thanks, Dave Filoni. I love it and hate it at the same time. Uh, but that was the cliffhanger. So next episode is surely going to finish the story arc because there's no way that it's going to end like that. They killed Senator Freetar, which I was not expecting. Here's my reaction to that. Oh, shit. I mean, not much else can be said. I wasn't expecting that. The Empire's never been hesitant to kill their own supporters, officers, what have you. I mean, look what Vader did in Empire Strikes Back. He killed three: Admiral Piet, Captain Needa, and was there a third? He killed at least two of his own officers in Empire Strikes Back. Uh, and we know Vader's not afraid to do that, and many other Imperial officers aren't afraid to kill those who don't fulfill orders, who betray them, who might think are allies, but will kill them to sway the opinion of others. The Empire's pretty corrupt, but we've already known this. Last thing I want to talk about is Crosshair. So Crosshair, he takes his helmet off once, and he has some pretty serious burns right here on his head. This is pretty much close to the same location as the inhibitor chip. I'm wondering if this damaged the inhibitor chip. Who knows? I guess we'll see that in later episodes. Oh, and the other clone. I did not catch his name in the episode. I completely missed it, and I've never seen this clone before. And I was like angry that I couldn't figure out his name because I know a lot of the clones. I'm able to identify a lot of the clones, but I had to look it up. This is Hauser. He was fighting with Cham Syndulla. It strongly appears that he did not execute Order 66. One, because it appears, with the way his relationship appears to be with Cham and his family, that he was with Cham Syndulla and the rest of the army when Order 66 was given. As far as I know, no Jedi was on Ryloth when the order was given, so there was no way for him to execute the order. But at the same time, the Order 66 still goes through the clone's brain even if there's no Jedi to kill. And so I'm just wondering if it's not working for him. I don't know, because throughout the episode, he does not display the same behavior as the brainwashed clones. Nowhere close to it. He still follows orders that are given, but we can see the hesitation on his face. And I fully believe his last order before the episode ends is to chase after Hera. I strongly believe that he is going to help Hera escape Ryloth. In some way, shape, or form, maybe contact the Bad Batch. I don't know. We're going to see that next episode. But that is my theory. That's all I've got for this breakdown. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. And remember that the Force will be with you always.